Good morning. Hey, Joe. Good morning. What's going on, brother? Hey, Nick. Welcome. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Hey, George. It's been a while. Dude, what's going on? Welcome. This is Sepia. Oh, Sepia, changed your name, brother. Nice. How are you? It has been a long while. Fish tank, so more display space for kits. Yeah. And or a badass diorama. Nice. Everybody's saying good morning. Kevin, good morning. Happy birthday to you. Doing anything special for your birthday, or are you just just kicking back? Excuse me. Good morning, Ken. Happy birthday, Kevin. Wait a second here, guys. Are you kidding me again? I'm making a little fucking dog. So I filled this entire area with CA just so I could fill a gap, a little hole, and that hole opened up again. I've never had this much trouble fighting a gap. Let's see what we got. It's my old YouTube account from 2007. Also dealing with a toothache lately, and I built an HD coach. Wow, you got a lot going on your plate. And boy, it was a stressful build. Why? Why was it stressful? Happy birthday, Kevin. May the odds be in your favor. I failed to get an issue. On the bright side, I complete all the final 3 Tekkaden Gundams. So there's that. Nice. So it looks like you got a bunch of stuff done. Bumming about this thing opening up a little bit. So good to hear back from Kevin, and hopefully he's got something fun planned for the day. And I think that's it. As good as going to get. Good morning. Some stay dry. I should probably know that name. The Full City is notoriously known for its huge sticker sheet. Also, Full City. The reason that I ended up bought my first ever third-party kit that TX. It was really nice meeting you on Saturday. Some stay dry. Martin? Let's see if I got it right. Yeah, guys, real quickly, I did want to do a quick couple of shout outs on over the weekend. Had a lovely time hanging out with Sam Wood. We've talked about that and Bro Builder, but there were 2 people I did have a good conversation with, and I want to give 2 shout outs. One, who is here right now, Martin. Martin and I didn't have a long conversation, but what we talked about was very much enjoyable, and I very much had a good time with him and his wife on Saturday night after the show when we all had Chinese. It was just a great way of just kind of capping a lovely, lovely day. And then the other one was Alan, who he and I had a very interesting conversation regarding competitions and holding on to models. And I hope to continue that conversation with him at some point. New person, he said it was nice meeting you. What's going on, Ray? We got Tony here. Tony, good day. How are you? Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Martin. Everybody's saying hi. And we got Thrift Shop Modeler. Spencer, good morning. How are you? It's a third-party kit that included all the extra weapons. Complete set. That's a lot of stuff on it. We didn't talk too long, but we had 2 great meals. We did indeed. Yeah. Definitely a good show. And it was nice to just, again, sometimes put names to faces, which is always great. And again, just those brief conversations that just kind of spark the desire to have more. Okay, today I think is my pain management doctor. I think today is my pain management doctor, and then haircuts for me, mom and dad. Nice. A full grooming today, huh? Wow. Anyway. Hey, everybody. All right. So very quickly, let's see if you guys can see that. So this area has now been completely gap filled, but right at the top corner where that piece is like a little dot. So the gap filling that I did, I'm going to try to use that as part of a panel line. We'll see. But this thing has definitely had its challenges in coming together. I don't think I want to hammer on this thing anymore if I can avoid it. So yesterday was a really good day. One of those few days where I actually did almost nothing. A lot of people popping in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Gumpel wise, that's a lot of stuff going on. 18 figures in, 7 more to go. Yep, got a long way to go, right? So yesterday was an interesting day in that I got a call from my friend Mike Gordon, who we know from here. He now has turned his Hobbytown shop back into its original name of Turn 4, which I'm very happy for them that they have separated themselves from Hobbytown. And he his wife Kim and I all went out and had a long lunch. You met at 11, didn't wrap up until 2. So that was the majority of the day. The rest of the day was just kind of kicking back and had a lovely time with them. I mean, we went to a local coffee shop in town and just hung out. And that's kind of the way I liked ending the day or enjoyed having the day. Good catching up with them. We see each other at shows a lot. And Mike, of course, pops in here, but they actually spend time when we're not both going in 100 different directions at shows because they usually go to a show to run it. It was nice to be able to just do that. And then I also had a chance to just sit down and watch Chinatown, 1974 film by Roman Polanski. So it was a good day to just kick back and enjoy the day, recoup a little bit from the weekend, and go from there. Greetings, Peter. How are you? Turn 4 is back. Oh, shit. Yeah, they've officially dumped Hobbytown. I think it was from everything that Mike and Kim described. I think it's a good move on their part. You know, found a deal on Gundam cards on Macari. I picked up 324 cards. The first 3 sets of started decks for like $28. Wow. Tony, it was good to know you. Before we know it, Tony's going to be selling off all of his models and feeding another addiction. Once again, hanging out with people is the thing that makes shows so great. It's the thing that makes this hobby. And interestingly enough, I read the latest issue of the IPMS Journal came out yesterday. And one of the senior judges who's been doing judging at Nats and a bunch of local shows posted his thoughts on judging. What to look for, how you become a judge at the national level, but also at the local level. Things that kind of not necessarily specifics on what to look for, but just sort of his reflections on it. But one of his last comments was, why does he go to shows? And his big thing was, it's because of the people, hanging out with the people that you see there. And obviously, I couldn't agree more. Well, starter's like $30-$40. Yeah, don't worry. She give me more than enough cards to finish back. So we'll be back to plastic before y'all know it. Yeah. So, yeah, shows are. Yeah, the thing I enjoy most about shows is hanging out with people. And not necessarily even at the show, just kind of even like taking it outside or going to dinner afterward or whatever, where you don't have the frenzy. That's what we were just saying about with Martin. Going out to dinner that night was very enjoyable. Going to lunch at Sugar's Crab Shack was great. All right. I think anything else is going to have to get dealt with post primer. All I'm doing now is just getting the hard 120 sanding stuff cleaned off, so the surface gets just getting polished a little bit. There we go. All right. Let's go back in and scribe. We were serving an entire school of fish at Sugar's. Yeah, it feels like, oh yeah, dude. So Sugar's, it's I ordered catfish. They were out. They say, hey, would you like whitefish? And said, sure. I ordered a sandwich because they botched my order. Not only, first of all, the sandwich is huge. There were 3 strips of fish that large on it. I mean, it was massive. And then it's like, we're really sorry we made a mistake. Here's another box of fish of another 5 or 6 pieces. I'm like, I can't eat all this. And unfortunately, we couldn't take it with us, right? So everybody, I think, got meals that were that huge. And everybody's like, what the hell am I going to do with this? If we'd have known that there was that much fish, we would have just shared. It was insane. Community aspect is definitely the best part this year. At I didn't even get my usual solo or around time from the moment I walked in. Time it was in conversation. Yeah, and frankly, I think it's good to be able to kind of walk around and everything, but the models, in my opinion, are kind of secondary. 100%, Martin. It's being able to just walk around and or just meet up with people. Literally, I remember somebody asked me, I think it was yesterday. It's like when we went to Hobbytown. It was Mike and Kim when we were talking yesterday. It's like I literally walked into Hobbytown. We were walking towards the back. We walked to the paint area and some of the Gundam stuff and stopped there as everybody else came toward us. And we literally almost bottlenecked. And by bottlenecking, meaning we just stopped there, just had conversations for like the next half hour. We got there at 7:30. The shop closed at 8. So didn't even make it back further to see the rest of the shop or see anybody else who was sitting at the tables. We literally just kind of hung right there. But that's kind of what makes the hobby. This is a social hobby. As much as some people might think, nah, it's not. This is about just kind of sitting at the bench. Yes, I love decompressing, being at the bench, tuning the world out, or not, listening to whatever podcast I listen to, and getting into working on a model. And at the same time, this Friday, as an example, we have our monthly Patriot meeting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hanging out with a bunch of people. Spencer, who's here, thrift shop modeler, I'll be seeing him. I don't think anybody else local is here. Nope. So we'll be hanging out this Friday, just having a good time. Bringing more of the Kirk collection to donate because 13 boxes. 13 boxes. All right. This is done. Let's start scribing. I'm going to break out the 0 and see if I can trace some stuff out first. And then we're going to break out. Then we're going to get into the actual numbered chisels. So anyway, that's what we got. Not bad. Well said, community. I got to bounce. See you Friday. Take it easy, Spencer. Enjoy the day, or hope you make it through the day. Just have fun. Just do good. Yet. A little bit of ramping there. In fact, I think I'm going to probably stop, and then I'm just going to break out the saw. Go. What I want to do is put a dot in so I know where exactly I'm going to. Hey, Charles. Good morning. What's going on, brother? I am getting closer to getting stuff ready. Just thinking about Charles. I got a bunch of stuff ready to go. I'm just waiting until after my wife moves back and I can start getting things ordered. But I'm going to start shipping a bunch of shit out later, probably in beginning of April. It's finally happening, George. Cleaning off some of the desk for a spray booth. Yay! That's awesome, man. So, is this a space that you already had, Charles, or are you making a space or rearranging a space to allow for that to happen? Here we go. I got to tell you, the method, Plasmo and Martin Kovac both used the blade method to scribe some stuff, particularly around corners. It's like, what a great and easy way of doing things. Yeah, it's already there, just organizing the desk. Nice. It's quite full of stuff. Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm actually thinking next week I may, at some point when this is done, before I continue with the Harpy, I may get back to, I may gut this area. We might actually do a few days of me just cleaning out this area, including all the models that are underneath here, putting them into something that will allow for better storage. Create like markings for the shelf queens, documenting it so I know where things are. Anyway, just some ideas. I need to find smaller paintbrushes. The O is borderline too big. I picked up a couple of these, Ray. Speaking of Ray, I'm not sure if they're fine enough, but these are by Ray Studio. And the tips on these things, because actually, having watched the videos that, yeah, here we go. Having watched that, not the video, but reading the little booklet that came with the skin tone module with the AK paints. I'm not sure if this is small enough for you. George cleaning, streaming, incoming soon. Yeah, it could be kind of interesting because there'll be some more like, that's the brush. And if you go to the AliExpress site when he's using these things, or when they show him using these, he's actually doing like eyebrows for a very small figure. So I picked them up in the 0, 1, and 2. Obviously, 1 and 2 are larger sizes. But I am planning on using these when we get to the figures for the one of the dioramas I want to do. Who knows? I'd like to start it next year. If I'm going to or not, I don't know. I mean, caught the flu this weekend. Oh no, dude! How's AJ? Is he all right? That sucks when kids get sick. It tends to spread throughout the family. Yeah. But it's also like, I mean, AJ's at an age where it's a little bit better. It's like when they're really small and they just don't know why they're feeling miserable and you have no way of consoling them. Luckily, it's only him so far. Yeah, he's pretty smart about it. He stays away, and anything he touches, he will spray down. Awesome. Dude, I got to tell you, I want to meet AJ someday. He sounds like a wicked smart kid, we like to say up here. Feels better fast and you don't get sick. Yeah. I got some nail polish brushes. They're good for the arsenal. Yeah, there you go. I got to look into those as well. But anyway, these are things I picked up wicked cheap from like AliExpress. The model I'm talking about, having now gotten those skin tone paints, I got to tell you, it's the building the Challenger. I'm sorry, is it a Challenger 2? No, it's not a Challenger 2. It's a Leopard 2A6M. It's the one with the canopy on top. It's the diorama I want to do with that is I want to make a diorama of the Handmaid's Tale. Well, all the pilots on all the tank personnel are females, all dressed in kind of like that red color that we saw in the TV show. Just kind of like doing that kind of stuff, you know. I don't know. I'm kind of, the more I think about that now that I've been watching a lot more stuff about figures, the more interested I am in trying to get into figure stuff. I'm going to throw this out because I don't think we have a lot of purely traditional model builders here. Something that came up recently in a conversation. It's interesting how I think Gundam builders tend to be very much open-minded as to what they want to work on. Like, I consider myself primarily an anime properties guy, not purely a Gundam guy. I like working on anime properties. Machine & Krieger, Gundam, Dunbine, all of the old anime. I love it, particularly when working on older kits. But I like building planes. I like building tanks. I love working on tanks. And I'm really enjoying figures. And when I talk to other modelers about their interests, they're like, for example, like yesterday, Mike was saying, it's interesting to see how many people who build cars are finding their way into doing Gundam because of some of the finishes that they can apply to it. Or the armor guys who dip into Maquet. It's interesting how much more there is from the people who come from this side who look at this as more of an art form and then try to branch out into other art forms. Like I build Gundams, I'm going to try a figure. I build Maquet, I'm going to try a tank. Or those who, so that direction. Though I'm seeing a little bit coming the other way, it's amazing how much guys are like, as an example, Martin, Spencer, anybody who was at the show, I was impressed. And at the same time, you got to be fucking kidding me. 14 F4Es in a collection. And look, dude, if you're into it and you got Zukemura and Tamiya and whoever else makes the F4 Phantom plane, it's a beautiful plane, but it's like, at some point, don't you get a little bored with building? Yeah, but it's got different livery. It's kind of the same thing. So I think this is sort of the schism. It's those who come from the historical perspective and want to treat this as a craft and replicating something that actually existed and the importance that they place on it. And I'm not denigrating that. That's your call. And those of us who look at this as an art form, coming at it from a perspective of this is a canvas. I can do whatever the fuck I want with this thing. I'm going to paint this in the traditional prototype colors, but I could just as easily do a wacky paint job if I wanted to. Take a look at the pic I sent you. The 164 stuff has been helping me practice with my shading and tones. I will take a look at that, Ray, because 135th is probably about a small. No, I'll take it back. I do work on 172nd, so I have to get better at 172nd scale figures. But I will take a look at that, Ray. Thank you. All right, I missed a couple things here. Let me go back. He's struggling, but he's trying to keep his spirits up. Excellent. It hits him heavy at night. Ugh, that's the worst time. My son COVID home from work when we were having the pandemic stuff. So even as adults, the kids seem to bring it home. Yeah. But at that age, you could also tell them, thanks. Don't do that again. We ones don't understand. Luckily, when COVID hit my family, it only hit the lady and I first came over. Not so luckily, it affected my hair growth a lot. Really? In a good way? A lot more hair? Like the blue tank you painted. That was pretty sick. Yeah. And that's the way I want to build stuff. And that's what I wanted to do with that tank. But there are times when I want to build something traditional. Now, here's the thing. I like this design. I think it's really cool. Am I going to build 8 more of these things or like 5 more in the different versions of it? Absolutely not. Canvas got my vote. Absolutely. How can it be a canvas when it's plastic? I guess we can look up the definition of canvas. Dwayne, I'm going to say it again. What's going on, brother? When we do get to hang out, I'll bring some with me at 135th, start painting eyes and stuff. So that brings another fun layer. Oh, yeah. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Uh-huh. All right. So while we're doing that, let me figure out what the hell I'm going to do here. Let's break out the pencil. What time is it? I got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Where's my mechanical pencil? I hate when I move shit around. I got a bunch of regular pencils. I thought, no, I have a mechanical pencil here. Gundam markers, which I rarely use. Huh. No, I had a .03 mechanical pencil here at some point. 0.3, whatever it's called. But I'll use this right now. If it makes dollars, it ain't got to make sense. Nice. That's fair. Well, in wrestling, they say took him to the canvas. It has multi-meaning. Yes, it does. That collection was crazy. Yeah, and I'm not denigrating the collection. It was fabulous to see all of this stuff. I would look at it as though, why? And what's the draw? Maybe that's the fairer question to ask, Martin. It's what's the drive to do that? You know, because I can't see myself building. Let me rephrase that. Now I'm going to sound like an idiot. I love the Origin models. And would I build all of the different GMs, the different versions? The answer is yes. I guess in some ways, if I did a collection of Origin GMs, including all of the MSDs, that would probably be about 20 of those things, if not more. So maybe I'm going to have to pull back a little bit on that. Stop your complaining and get a fleet of harpies. Fleet! Gotta go. AJ needs something. I'll holler at y'all later. All right, Charles. Best of luck. Say hi to AJ for me, and I hope he feels better soon. Also, that conversation of free expression versus faithful creation. It's interesting. Yeah. Conversation of free expression versus faithful. Who did you have that conversation? Did you have a conversation with somebody about that, Martin? Because see, I would love to actually see. One of the things I'd love to see at shows is to see people come across from their table. So like all the Gundam people, all the mecha people are hanging in their area. All the car people are hanging in their area. All the plane people are hanging in their area. It's like, why don't we cross-pollinate a little bit? You know, maybe that's a conversation. Having like at a show, having a place where, you know, a round table, not necessarily a seminar, but a round table on, you know, craftsmanship versus artistry, you know, and trying to bring different people together. What's going on, Robert? Maybe have a free expression category. The only issue with the free expression category, and I agree with that, is why should I put my little blue tank in a free expression category as opposed to a 1/72nd scale armor category? And I think that's what the traditionalists want you to do, is go put it into a category that, because of the unique paint job, even though the tank is stock or the plane is stock, it's not historically accurate, so it shouldn't be in this category. It's a 1/72nd scale plane, built, constructed based on a 1944 prop plane. I just painted it the way I wanted it to. The only difference is the paint. I always walk around and look at the models. I don't always have a foundation for understanding what I'm looking at. Yeah. But if I can catch someone, I ask questions. Yeah, I want more of that. That's where club tables and display tables make more sense. Car people, let's Gundam people. He goes, Transformers! Joe. Stop trying to make me friends. Make me make friends. Of course I'm going to try. Tanks can be pink. Yes, they can. And Austin brought his pink tank. And I got to tell you, if you actually spend time looking at that tank, it was really well done, including like he had some canvas bags on it. And it's like, you're looking at it, it's like the weathering was spot on. And the finish work on the bags was great. I don't build cars. Okay, I see your point. Do I have a point? Joe. We need a sticker that says tanks can be pink. I think so. In fact, can I quote you on that one, Tony? That's looking good. It's looking good, looking good. Those are coming together a lot more than I thought, but I guess they're supposed to. On this model here, they are not coming together as much, but you know what? Fuck that. Yeah, they're going to come together. Nothing I can do about it. There we go. Anyway, rough guess as to where that's going to be. We'll just give that the old American try. Let's see where we are now. Warhammer tanks are all kind of colors. Yeah. See, Warhammer is where things get interesting, because I think Warhammer does fit into a gaming category, because that is not based on a real tank. But if it's based on a real tank, it's based on a real plane. I look at it as whatever paint you put on, it doesn't matter at that point. But You talk to the traditional guys, and I can see their point. If you're building something to a certain level of accuracy in order to replicate the plane that your dad flew in Vietnam, I get it. Austin's work is awesome. He was a breath of fresh air in his categories. Yes, and he's bringing his rainbow tank to ValleyCon, so we're very happy about that, which I think he's done a very good job with. Austin is somebody I'm very much enjoying following because as he started a year and a half ago, and to see where he is now, his growth, his progression, but not only as a modeler and a finisher, because I think he's doing great, but also in how he approaches things is awesome to watch. This is another one of the things that I love about this hobby so much. Watching people and seeing where they are going, their trajectories, following their trajectories is awesome. Robert is another guy. I love watching Robert's work. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of his very early work, but looking at the more recent work, and it's like, this is pretty fabulous. And then the next show, it's like, damn, dude, you outdid yourself. You know? There's an idea, George, if someone took a scale model armor kit and made it into a Warhammer themed tank, what category would it go in? If you ask me, if you did a 1/35th scale, say a Merkava Mark IV-M, and did it with orcs on it and painted it in whatever Warhammer finish, I would say it would go into the Warhammer, the 1/35th scale modern armor category. That's what I would say. Would somebody agree with me? A head judge agree with me? I don't know. Let's launch a collab campaign to go. Tanks can be pink. We can make stickers. That's what I'm thinking. Make stickers of it. Absolutely. And hand them out at PatCon. I may have to look into that. Somebody want to design it? I'm going to try to make ValleyCon this year, at least to say hi to everyone. I hope you can. It's only a few weeks away. Thanks for the pictures. Oh, yeah. Martin, thanks. Is that, Dwayne, are those the photos that you sent over to me? I know you sent me a link. I'm kind of curious. This Gundam is not painted in realistic colors. Is Peter here? Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry. The Peter right above. I thought it was the other Peter. Don't you have a silhouette? Get pink vinyl and out tanks. I do have a silhouette. Somebody has to teach me how to use it. I'm not kidding. It's like I have zero energy right now to spend the hours to learn how to use it. That's the reason why it's sitting in a box like it's been since Mike sent it to me. I pulled it out one night, struggled with it, and said, you know what? I'm kind of done for now. But I will return to it, but I want somebody to teach me how to use it. All right. Let me just take a look at this real quickly. And that's going to be good the fuck enough. I'm going to have to just bang it that way and be done with it. So tomorrow I'm going to be rescribing all these lines that I blasted and try to get this tail section done. Once that's done, the majority of the rescribing on this thing is ready. And I can get the canopy on it and we can get it over to the paint booth. I'd like to start that sooner rather than later. Yeah, that link is huge repository of everyone's photos. Oh, awesome. We've added about 300 since I sent the link. Oh, man. Okay, I'm looking forward to doing that. Maybe during work today. You have to hang out with me if you want me to teach you how to do. I have no problem with that. Just got to find the time. Sorry for being the wrong Peter. That's okay. I'll forgive you this one time, Glumpless Freedom. And when trying to push realism, is going to get a lecture. You are the correct Peter because you are here, though. That is correct. You may not no longer be repeat. The other Peter might have to be repeat because you are here on a daily basis. Your daily basis. By the way, Peter, when are you heading back to Japan? Thought the same thing. Nice. All right, guys. 5 more minutes and then I'm going to bail. So I also now, I know what I need to do. I need to find where I put my acrylic rods. So real quickly, let's get this over here. With all these little Helio paints and stuff. So this is going to be the platform that I'm going to be mounting this to. I do kind of like that stone type of finish, but at the same time, yeah, no. So I'm going to paint this matte black, put it on an acrylic rod, and just do that. Have it in flight mode, which means I now I've got to find my acrylic rods. One month and 2 days, but you're not counting, are you? I love it. Yeah, my wife and I are starting to count down the days. She's got 4 more work days, and in 5 days, she will be home. We're very excited about that. Do it on a spring like a bobblehead. I don't want to do it on a spring like a bobblehead. Transporting it then becomes a bear. By the way, it's like, so this is the last time the Spartan was going to be moved. I brought the Spartan with me to ODO, and it broke, and it was an easy enough repair, but it's like, oh shit, both legs snapped at the knee. Resecured it. It's fine. In fact, it actually worked out better than fine. In some ways, it made it even easier to transport it. But I also did break, and it happens all the time. On the 5 main gun array, the flamethrower, there's a little really thin piece of rod that comes out to just kind of have the flame igniter. And I've broken that thing like at least half a dozen times. And I broke it again when I was boxing the model up to bring it back home. Now with realistic flight motion. Nice talking to you again, but it's time for me to get back to work. Goodbye, everyone. Martin, have a good one, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Always good to see you. And again, yeah, don't be a stranger. Come back in anytime that you've got time. All right, guys, I'm going to be bailing here as well. Time to roll. So, guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Good, fun conversation. Another kind of brief little bit of a recap with the show and working on this. It's a good conversation today. Guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It's a crazy, dangerous world. It is getting more dangerous by the moment. The only thing that's going to change it, we can't change it necessarily at that high level. We can work from the bottom and bring it up. Show kindness, love, respect. Give dignity to those who deserve it. Doesn't matter if they're your friends, if they're a stranger, just do good by people. All right. I'll be back on tomorrow working on the plane, and we'll go from there. Guys, love you all. Do good, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.